So it's been a long time coming, and I thought, why not do it at the end of the year? Well, it wasn't really a decision that I made lightly, but I thought it is the end of the year. We're going to be going into 2024. Let's get rid of all the bronzers that just do not serve me anymore. Well, that I don't serve them actually, because they're pretty good in my eyes. But who needs all these bronzers when you can just, you know, have the ones that you use on a daily basis? Emotional attachment to these bronzers is real. Decluttering these is not going to be easy. I'm actually filming this intro before I've actually even gone ahead to declutter my bronzers. Usually I would do it the other way around. I would have had already decluttered my bronzers by now, but no, I'm filming this intro first. So let's get into the declutter and see what I get to keep and what I get to toss out. So as you can see, everyone, my bronzer collection all over the place. Obviously they're still in this little container here, which by all means they didn't all fit in here, but these are the ones that I have managed to sort of keep in my little arsenal repertoire of bronzing collection here. So guys, I need to narrow this down because it's just insane. Oh, this is a random blush that doesn't belong here, so I'll just put that over there. Oh, that's a bronzer. Yep, that's fine. All right, so let's get into sorting this out. All right. So guys, as you can see, I think I need to sort these out by brand. Let's start off with the Butter Bronzers by Physicians Formula. I have two of these ones, and just moving my chair out of the way. I've got both of these ones here. This is in the Butter Bronzer Light Bronzer, and this one here is just the plain bronzer, isn't it? Because it's deeper. It's the deeper skin tone one. Now, I know a lot of people love the scent of this. I'm one of them. Some of them don't like it, but I love these are just amazing. And, you know, I don't use them much. I don't reach out for them much. It's been such a long time. So guys, there is no point in holding on to these ones, even though at one point in time I did love them so much. I don't reach out for them, so they're going. I'm going to declutter them and put those in the pile there. Let's move on to a random, oh, this is Colourpop. Yeah, this is in Private Party. This is the dupe for the Marc Jacobs Tantastic. And I do use this. I didn't get a case for it. As you can see, I've left it in its little plastic casing that it came with. But it's a gorgeous shade, and I'm going to be holding on to that one. So I think I need to put it in a magnetic pan, don't you think? Yes, I will. I will do that. So I'll keep that here for now. Moving on to Cover FX. This was one of those hyped up products that at the time, you know, everyone was buying it. It was selling out. It was all the rage. So I'm just going to open it up. Here we go. This one's here in the shade Sun-Kissed Bronze, and absolutely beautiful. I'm holding on to this one for sure, but do you know what, guys? I don't actually use it for this shade. I use it for this shade here, which is it's like a shimmery sort of shade, which is absolutely beautiful on its own. So I'm going to be keeping this Cover FX bronzer, and I'll put that over here. All right, moving on to Essence. We have the Essence Adventure Awaits Get Sun-Kissed Jumbo Bronzer. I'm holding on to this bronzer. I use this actually a lot. It's the one called My Happy Place, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful big pan bronzer. You can see that it is. Let's open that one up, if I can open it up. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to open these things up and I'm struggling at the moment to do it with one hand. So, yeah, here we go. Oh, there we go. Sort of like your mixture of bronzers there. You've got the lighter tone and the deeper tone in the middle. But it's a beautiful, beautiful bronze and I'm keeping that. Okay, moving on to Essence. Another bronzer. This is the Bronze Your Way palette, which is so beautiful. Keeping this for sure. The best shade out of this whole palette is this Major Bronze shade right there. It's a stunner. It's like a bronzer highlighter in one, and I can't say anything more except it's just beautiful. All the tones are gorgeous. You can use this one for contouring lightly. Obviously this is a deeper tan bronze and it works beautifully, but this one here in the middle, oh goodness, it is just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous color. Major Bronze in the Bronze Your Way palette, so definitely keeping that one. Okay, now we're moving on to, and excuse my desk, it's got bronzer all over it, sorry. This is a oldie but a goodie. It's the Australis Sweet Like Chocolate Scented Bronzer. I've hit pan on this for good reason. Absolutely beautiful bronzer. Am I going to hold on to it? Yes, of course. Hit pan on it. I'm going to finish it. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to get around swirling your brush when there's a big fat hole in the middle of it. And it still smells beautiful. It actually does smell like chocolate. You know, like the Too Faced chocolate eyeshadow palettes and stuff like that. It's got a beautiful scent. So I'm going to be holding on to this one. All right, let's go on to Hourglass. This is the Hourglass, and it's the Brilliant Nude shade in the Strobe Lighting Blush, but it's actually a bronzer. Well, it was a bronzer, because when you see the state of what I'm going to show you, what it's like at the moment, you'll see that it's all crushed. Help, help, help. I mean, it's a poor, poor blush, and I still use it. Now, I know that I can get some Isocol, which is some rubbing alcohol, and press it down, which I should do. But it's so destroyed. I don't know, maybe I should try. I've got rubbing alcohol. I know you just need to sort of pat it down with a paper towel, so it's nice and pressed down, and then you spray it with the alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and let it sort of dry. I will give it a go. I will give it a go, because it's a beautiful, beautiful shade, this Brilliant Nude by Hourglass. Keeping it. Now we have another Hourglass, which is a bigger bronzer. This one here is the Diffused Bronze Light Ambient Lighting Powder Bronzer. I'll just open that one up. Now this one here is not destroyed. This one here is still beautiful in its beautiful casing, and look at that marble effect. I don't reach out for it much, but I'm not decluttering it. You know, I'm actually going to keep it out so I can use it more often. I am definitely not getting rid of that one. Okay. Fenty Beauty. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bronzer. This one here is the Private Island Sunstalker, and it's not the cream one, it's the powder. So, so beautiful. I love this bronzer. I'm almost getting to the point where it's going to hit pan, because you can see the little ring starting to form. So, so beautiful. Holding on to Private Party. So far, not much decluttering happening at the moment. But let's continue on. All right, we have this beautiful bronzer by Too Faced, and I'm definitely holding on to this. It's the Bronzed Peach in Toasted Peach. And why I love this so much is it's one of the best cream bronzers that I've ever used. And let me open it up. It still smells absolutely gorgeous. It's got this beautiful, beautiful scent to it, like a peach, but it still works. You put it on with your fingers, it gives you the most gorgeous bronze out. And they discontinued this, I don't know why, because it was one of their best bronzers that they ever came out with, and I love Too Faced bronzers a lot. Let's stick on to Too Faced for now. Let me bring them out. Okay, I've got these three by Too Faced. These are the mini bronzers. This one here is the Milk Chocolate Soleil. This is the Sun Bunny. And this one here is the Chocolate Soleil. Let's open them up. I know that I think I have one that is a favorite, so we'll see. So that's the light, I think that's the lightest shade actually, which is probably my favorite one as well. But yeah, I know I don't use this one much, Sun Bunny. Even though it's a beautiful bronzer, I don't use it much. And by the way, the bronzers that I do declutter are going to go to my auntie because she loves her bronzers and she uses them quite a lot. So I'm just going to remove this out of the way for now. Sorry, I'm just putting something on the floor just to create some more room and light. So this one here, Chocolate Soleil. Excuse my hair tool. And this one here is the Sun Bunny, and this one here is the Milk Chocolate. And out of them all, I'm going to be just keeping these two here. And I'll get rid of the Sun Bunny. That can go to my auntie over there. Alrighty, Natasha Denona Tan Bronze and Glow palette. This is one of my favorite bronzing palettes out. Isn't she gorgeous? Oh, I love this. This is what I'm wearing on my face today. I have this in the crease and pretty much all over the lid, and this in the as a transition shade, and I have that as the highlighter. So gorgeous palette by Natasha Denona. They have, I think, discontinued this eyeshadow palette and come out with the other one that's similar to this, which is the one that I don't really like, and I don't actually have it. But this one, this was the first one that came out, the Tan Bronze and Glow, and it was quite hyped and for good reason. Very, very beautiful eyeshadow palette. Let's go on to Smashbox. Let's move these away. Smashbox, this one here is actually a photo filter powder foundation. Now, I did buy this deliberately for bronzing. So I'm going to keep mentioning that it is I am going to keep saying that it is for a bronzer. But this is it here, and it's absolutely beautiful, but I'm going to declutter this because it's actually quite too deep. It is quite deep, and I think this could be used by my auntie who does appreciate a deeper toned bronze. So I'm going to be getting rid of that one over here. Disregard that. That I'm keeping. That's a blusher. All right. Moving on, we've got Marc Jacobs. Now, it's not the Tantastic. I never bought into the hype with getting that. Like I said, I bought the Colourpop dupe in Private Island or Private Party. Private Party, that's right. But this one here is the Starlet Accomplice Bronze. And I'll just open that up. Here we go. And I'm holding on to this, not because Marc Jacobs is pretty much discontinued makeup at the moment, but it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bronzer. I don't go too heavy with it because it is like a deeper shade, but with a stippling brush, just sort of, you know, tapped in lightly and sort of flicked off, it works beautiful as a bronzer. It's a gorgeous, shimmery, deep bronzing shade. And yeah, it's in gorgeous packaging as well. It comes with a little sort of brush as well, which, let me just see if I can open that up. There's a little thing that comes with it. I can't be bothered opening it up now. It's in here somewhere. But yeah, that's it there. Now, one and only Becca. This one here, I remember I bought this one because I was absolutely in love with the bronzer when Jay Kisser used to put it on. And she actually made me buy this. The Barley Sands bronzer by Becca. And it is, obviously, Becca is no longer around with us anymore, but I've hit pan on this one and I'm definitely holding on to it because it's a gorgeous, beautiful bronzing shade. Actually, all of the Becca bronzers that they came out with were gorgeous shades. I mean, not only was the packaging beautiful, and they came out with so many different styles of bronzer, like multiple, ones that sort of like had a bit of light, a bit of shimmer, a bit of highlighter, and then, you know, it was all sort of like a concoction of bronzers. But yeah, the Becca bronzer, it's just beautiful. This one really, really touches my heart a lot. Brings back a lot of memories of when I used to watch Jay Kisser as an influencer on YouTube. And yeah, so absolutely wonderful bronzer. All right, now we're going into a random bronzer. This is called Balm Sydney, and it's a cream bronzer. It's just simply called the Bronze. And it's made in Australia, and you sort of open it up, you have to twist it off, like you have to twist the cap off, but this is the bronzer that it is. It's absolutely stunning. It's a cream bronzer, and I'm going to be keeping this one. I have used it a lot, but the thing is, it stinks. It stinks like the Milk makeup, which I'll just pull out here. It smells like this stuff here, the Baked Bronzer by Milk Makeup, which I've nearly finished. And it's only a mini. Thank goodness I only bought the mini, but I'm going to be keeping the Milk Makeup Baked Bronzer for sure, because like I said, it's nearly finished and it's still going okay with the cream. Look at me trying to put it on with one hand. Hold on. Yeah, so definitely keeping these two cream products for bronzer. Guys, I haven't done much decluttering yet. Oh my goodness. All right. Now, we have the Mecca Max Bronzathon. This one here. It's discontinued, this one, by the way, which is sad. Don't know why they discontinued such a beautiful product. But I'm holding on to this one because it's a gorgeous, gorgeous bronzer. It's a trio of bronzers, mainly like you can use it for contouring, and then obviously this shade for highlighting. But yeah, so definitely holding on to the Mecca Max bronzer there. Okay, now we've got this e.l.f. bronzer here. It's the Sun-Kissed Glow bronzer. I've had this for so long and it's too light, really doesn't show up. I'm getting rid of it. Yay! Don't mind me. These are setting sprays. I'll just move those aside with this thing. All right. RMS Baruti bronzer. This one here, I'll just unscrew the cap. Was a beautiful bronze in its time, but I'm decluttering it now because it's just way too old and it's a little bit too deep as well. It sort of reminded me of the Chanel Patine cream bronzers in satin patine, or that oyster color. You know, also like the Charlotte Tilbury eye creams. Very, very similar in texture to that, but this is just way past it. it's way past its expiry date and it's got to go. So see you later, Miss Beauty. Put that back on the cap. And by the way, not everything that's expired is going to be going to my auntie, because they're going to go get tossed in. Well, I will depot them and then I will obviously put them in for recycling. We have this bronzer here, which is called the Universal Starface Bronzer by Orion. It's a weird bronzer, guys. I'll just open it up so you can see it a bit better. It's like that. It's not a very nice shade. You could probably use it as an eyeshadow, but it is just a baked bronzer, and I actually got this as a freebie. I don't know, sort of like in one of these magic bags or something. Not the lucky bag. It was some other subscription box that I had that was going on in Australia. Formula is very, very, very pigmented, but yeah, I used it once. I didn't really like it. So decluttering that one. We have this, I don't know where this rocked up, but it was in my pile of bronzers. It's by Estee Lauder, which I have no idea. I know I used to use Estee Lauder back in the day, haven't in a trillion years, but I obviously loved it so much that I had hit pan. And yeah, this is not going to be kept. What was it called? The Amber bronzing powder. So getting rid of that one. We have 2 stick bronzers by Essence. This is, one of them's deep and one of them's dark. I'll just open them up. Okay, let's see. So here we go. This is the lighter shade and this is the deeper shade. I'm getting rid of them both because they're really, really, really old. I have used them, but I think it's time to toss them out. The formula wasn't that long lasting, but I remember at the time I did use them a fair bit. So this one's so light that you could use it as a foundation, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. Definitely would not recommend doing that. So tossing these ones out. All right, now we have this bronzer by a company called Bloom, and it's in the shade Aloha. So I'll just open that up. That's the shade right there. It's very red. It's a very red bronzer and I'm not really fond of it. Used it like maybe twice, 3 times. So just definitely not going to keep on holding onto that. I don't really like, and the mirror fell out as well just then. So there you go. Getting rid of that one. All right. That's this e.l.f. thing here. What is this one? I think this is a Santa Fe bronze. Yes, that's right. You get the 2 different bronzes in here. I'm decluttering this one. I don't hardly touch it. Maybe I used it a bit in the day, but I just don't see myself using this anymore. So decluttering this e.l.f. Santa Fe bronzer. All right, now we've got the Tarte Avenue Princess. This here is the Park Avenue bronzer, the Amazonian clay. I'm holding on to this because I love the shade. It's beautiful. All right, now this needs to be tossed, but I'm not going to toss it because I've actually got this on my cheeks at the moment, the Bounce and Blurred Buff. I use this as a bronzer, a cream bronzer by Bare Minerals. So I'll just show you how well loved it is. Look at that. I mean, not only have I hit pan, but I've squeezed it so it's coming out the sides. But There's a lot of product in there still using. You know, I don't care. It's still using. Doesn't smell bad at all. It's just a well-loved product, so I'm holding on to that. The E.L.F. Putty Bronzer in Putty Bronze. Oh, sorry, in Honey Bronze. I think it is, yeah. I'll just open this one up. This is the shade right here. And I'm still using this. I'm not using it as much, but I should use it because it's a good bronzer. It came with a bronzing brush and everything, so there's nothing wrong with it. But I should actually use this a little bit more because it is not being used. It gets hidden. All these little small ones, they get sort of, you know, they go hide away in their little corner. Why? Because I put them there. Okay, yes, I am to blame. Sorry. This is the blusher, so don't worry about that. Now we have the bronzer palette by E.L.F. This one here. I'll just open that one up. You get the 4 pan of bronzer, and I just don't reach out for this at all, and I'm going to declutter it. I don't need it. I've probably got all these tones. This one on the bottom right's too red. The other ones on the, just on the outer edges there, are too light. So decluttering that one, which is the bronzer palette, simply in bronze. I can't read. Let's see if I can bring it up. I don't know, guys. I haven't got my glasses on, I'm so sorry. Oh, here's the little brush that came with the Marc Jacobs. This one here. I'll just put it there so I know to put it in. Okay, we have the nude sticks, and this is called Blondie. I need to declutter this, guys, because I've had it for so long. It was a beautiful all-in-one blush bronzer, sort of like the Bare Minerals, similar color, but it's so old now. I have to declutter this. It was a beautiful shade at the time in Blondie, but yeah, it's time to say bye-bye. Bye-bye. No, it wasn't Nude Sticks, it was Bite Beauty. I'm so sorry. Bite Beauty, that's right. I'm sorry for confusing Bite Beauty with Nude Sticks. I trust Bite Beauty's been discontinued now, I believe. Maybe I hold on to it. I guess I could just chop the top off and use it still. I don't know, we'll see. It's a maybe at this point. I mean, it still looks in good condition. But I just, like I said, I'm just not reaching out for it. I'm not reaching out for it, you know. So no. I'm decluttering you. I'm decluttering you. All right. I'm just moving aside the bronzers that I'm keeping. Yes. What happened to my other one? Where's the other one of this? I had 2 of these, or 3 of them, but where is the third one? Oh, why did I put it there? This is the one that I'm keeping. No, I'm not keeping somebody. I'm keeping these 2, sorry. Yes, that's right. All right, I'm keeping these 2. Sorry, guys, I'm going a bit nuts. Physicians Formula. This is a trio of bronzers. It's the Insta Ready Super Beauty Balm. I'm getting rid of this. I used to use it a fair bit, but I don't use it anymore. It's a wind-up stick, and it's got 3 tones that you can see there. Well loved, obviously, but I'm just not reaching out for it anymore. So I'm going to get rid of this one. And can I just say, anyone who films this with a mobile phone without taking a break, I owe it to you, because I'm really flustered at the moment. Okay, so guys, I'm getting rid of these, just these. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12. I'm getting rid of 12 bronzes. Okay, 12 bronzes, I'm getting rid of them. I'm holding on to, 13, 14, 14 bronzes. My apologies, 15 bronzes. See, I'm just putting them back in the pile. Oh my goodness, all right. I'm getting rid of 15 bronzes. And I'm holding on to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm holding on to 19 bronzes. Okay, I am back, keeping all of these bronzes. Yes, I'm keeping them all. Keeping 20 bronzes. Whoops, nearly went. And decluttering 15. Keeping 20, decluttering 15. I must have obviously had 35 bronzes in total. Yes, 35 bronzes in total. So yeah, do I feel good about this declutter? I do. Could I have done better? Possibly. In 2024, that might just be a reality because, you know, obviously there's going to be some newer bronzes coming onto the coming into the collection, and let's not lie about it. As much as I don't want to really fork out any more, look, it's not so much spending the cash. Well, it is, but it's a waste of all these other products. I mean, you know, I feel sorry for the products that don't get used. And then obviously the new products you just want to try, right? So it's sort of like a double-edged sword. But by all means, maybe you can challenge yourself to use a different bronzer every day of the week. Or you could do yourself a challenge where you use up one bronzer and use it for a whole week. Then you rotate and do one every other week, and so on and so forth. So you can have fun with bronzers that way. But out of all these, you know, do I have a favorite bronzer? Yeah, I do have my favorites that I reach out for. Obviously, I've been using the Natasha Denona, this one here, the Bronze and Glow palette, a fair bit. It has been pretty much an excellent product to use ever since it came out. So the tones in here are absolutely beautiful. I think they do suit a lot of skin tones, and like I'm wearing it on my eyes today, which is pretty. I have the Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur on my cheeks, and I'm using the Butter Balm by Summer Fridays on my lips today, and a Jouer lip pencil. But basically, yeah, like when it comes to bronzers, like, you know, who really needs this much? Nobody really. You know, old favorites like the Becca Barley Bronze, you know, Barley Sands, sorry, this one here, I've hit pan. And do I continue to keep hitting pan on it? I think so. Use it. It makes you check. You know, these declutters are not just for simply getting rid of things. It's actually for rediscovering items that you never knew you really had. Sort of like shopping your own stash, and you're like, oh, I forgot about you. Let's pull you out and use you for a while. It's great to do that. The anxiety is getting better with these decluttering sessions, I must say. It's very daunting to have to pull out things and face them head on. But once you do realize that it's all through your own doing. It's all through your own doing, and it makes you make better choices, I think, for the future. I'm not one to have received anything in PR in my life, except for contact lenses. That's about it. And that wasn't even PR. That wasn't even PR. It was just, we want to send you some contact lenses. Would you mind doing a video on it? Would you mind reviewing it? I said, sure, why not? But in terms of, you know, PR. Hey, I'm open to receiving PR. I really am. But these are all bought from my own, you know, my own money, and yes, you do tend to have an emotional attachment to them as well. But guys, that is about all. I am going to have to edit this video now, and I will see you all again in my next declutter video, which is going to be coming up soon. I haven't filmed it yet, but I think it's going to be on face palettes, and that will be a much shorter video because I don't have that many of them. I really don't. I already did a massive mascara declutter, and boy did I get rid of so many. I will link that in my video if you want to see that. Yeah, very, very, very proud of myself for that one. But yeah guys, how are you going in your decluttering journey? Are you a hoarder of makeup or a makeup collector like I am? Do you have like something that you just keep stacking up on, whether it might be blush, lipsticks? Oh, lipsticks. Lipsticks is another one. Yeah, it's not too bad. I have done a lipstick declutter in my life. Maybe it's time to do it again, because like I keep using the same lipsticks all over and over again, so that might be something to do as well. Cream highlighters, powder highlighters, primers, the list goes on, doesn't it? It doesn't stop. Yeah, but anyway, one step at a time. Until then guys, have a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I will see you all again in my next video. Bye for now.